Hey, vinyl community, welcome back. This is Hub Tunes. I'm Mike. Got a concert review. I have not done a concert review probably since like November. Probably November of last year. I was doing a lot of them for a while. In fact, you can go into the playlists and go under concert review series, and I think there's about 48 videos there of concerts that I've seen over the last couple of years. Um, not that I've Not that I'm cutting back. Maybe a little bit. I am being a little more specific on who I go to see. As everything, prices are, tickets are expensive, and, drinks at the venue are expensive, and, transportation is expensive. So maybe I'm being a little more careful of who I go see. It's also winter in Chicago, and we have had a brutal couple of weeks, but hopefully the end is in sight and we'll be into spring and I'll be seeing a lot more shows. The night of this concert was 3 degrees outside. So I ended up driving to the show because I was not going to walk to the train and then walk over to the venue. Although the venue is very easy to get to on public transportation. And I'm talking about the Metro, Cabaret Metro. I think it's just called the Metro now here in Chicago. Great place, legendary venue. I've seen so many people there. God, I can't even. Hundreds of bands I've seen there. And this was when this was announced, I saw this band announced and I was like, wait, what? They're not together anymore. And turns out they're back and they have a new album out, and there's a couple original members, and this is the band Cymande. Yes, that's how you pronounce it. That's how they pronounced it at the show, because I was worried I was going to pronounce it wrong. But a lot of people have probably seen the cover of this record. This is pretty famous. It's very well known. They are a 70s British funk, soul, really cool band. This is their best. This is their debut. Came out in 1971 or 72, I believe. Just a really, really solid record. I can't read that because no one can read that. But really good record. Definitely my favorite of theirs that I've heard. This is a reissue because originals are absolutely impossible to find. For a long time, this was kind of like, if you found an original of this, you were very, very lucky. Very, very expensive to get an original. They have now they've reissued both their first and second albums. This is the second one. This one is on a really kind of cool, I'll take this out, it's pretty cool. It's on like I guess it's kind of clear. Maybe it's not as cool as I thought, but it's a cool color. Yeah, it's translucent. I hate translucent. So this is their second, same vein, funky, soulful, got a little calypso in there, kind of reggae style a little bit, rock, and this band jams, man. So these are their first 2 records. These are the only ones I have. They did reform. They broke up in the 70s and they reformed in the early 2000s, I believe, and put out a record or 2, and then they broke up again, and now they're back together in 2025, and they have a new record out. I have streamed it several times. It is okay. It's not great. It's fine. It's not like these 2 records. These 2 records are just legendary, great records. Went down to the show, went to see the tickets were only like $20. So I was like, I'm going. I want to see them. So, bought tickets, went to the show. Like I said, absolutely freezing. It was like 2 degrees out. The show was not sold out. Which was fine. Plenty of space to kind of dance around because they're a danceable band. And, man, I missed the opening band. They were a band called Bathe. And I did not see them. I got there a little late because it was 2 degrees out, and I really didn't want to be outside. And so, yeah, I got there right as the opening band was leaving the stage, so I missed them. Got a nice drink. I love the bartenders at the Metro. They are awesome people. Always a good pour there. Not super expensive as far as, drinks and stuff go. I think a beer is like $8 or something like that for a tall boy. So, yeah, not bad. Found my little spot, great little spot. Band came on, and man, these guys are tight. They're really tight. Funky. I think the best way to describe them maybe is like the Neville Brothers, but with a little reggae and calypso kind of kicked in. The songs are really. They opened with a song that was from the new album actually, and it was really good, really good. I was shocked. It was great live. It was really good live. It almost made me want to go buy the record. But then I listened to the record again on the way home, and I was like, nah, I really don't care for this. So I'm not going to buy the new record just to buy the new record. I'm beyond that in my record collecting. No, I'm not. And so, yeah, they opened that, and then they just launched into a bunch of old stuff. They played almost everything from these two records. This one especially. They played a lot from this. And it was wonderful, man. They're tight. They're funky, man. Their bassist was absolutely incredible. Like I said, I think there's like 2 original members, but the other guys that are in the band have been there since the first time they got back together. So it's like these guys have been around. There's no young dudes in this band. They're all well into their 60s. So even if they weren't an original member, these guys are seasoned musicians. And the horn section, I think there were 9 people on stage. The horn section, a saxophone player, a trumpet player who was wonderful. The trumpet player was awesome. And the whole horn section together was great. And then there was another guy who played various I think he did alto sax, and he also did a clarinet, and he had a flute for a couple of songs. And but man, these 3 guys together, what a powerful horn section they were. Really, really good. They had a keyboardist. He was on the far side of the stage. I couldn't really dig him. I couldn't see him real well, and his volume was a little low. That would be my really only complaint. The guitarist was really good too. I think he's an original member. Super cool guy, and man, he could shred. Absolutely shredded. But again, on a couple of songs, he was kind of low in the mix, which kind of bothered me. The 2 front guys, the lead singers, the lead singer and then the bassist also handled a lot of the lead vocals. And they were great, really sweet sounding, smooth vocals, very soulful, R&B, just really good. And then they had 2 drummers, a standard drummer, a white guy. The only white guy in the band was the drummer, and he kicked ass, man. He did a solo. He did a solo, and I'm not a big fan of drum solos. I'm kind of one of those people. If you're not Neil Peart, John Bonham, Keith Moon, don't bother doing a drum solo. But this guy kicked ass, man. It was pretty good, and it wasn't too long. Most drum solos go way too long for my taste. He did like a 6-minute drum solo at the most, 5 minutes, and the whole band just stopped, and they were just watching this dude. Everyone in the band was just watching this. He was jamming. And then they had a bongo player next to him who was doing a lot of the percussion, and then he came in, and it was really, really good. Very, very groovy. Like I said, the songs are they're real tight. They're real tight as a band. But the best part of the whole show in every song, not every song, but for most part, was when they kind of let loose. And because this band can jam. I mean, I wouldn't call them a jam band or anything, but when they kind of went off and got a little loose and funky and weird, that was when they were at their best, man. And then they would come back, and they'd come back to that sweet, tight song. But yeah, they were at their best when they just jammed. There were a couple of instrumentals, and those were the high points of the show for me, were the instrumentals, and the points where it was just these incredible musicians just wigging out. It was really good. So it was a quick show. I was out pretty early. There was only one encore, I think, and I boogied. I got out to my car and put my mittens on, and I was home and in bed early. So it was nice. It was a Tuesday night, so it was good, on a school night to get home early. But yeah, I got to see some legends, man, and these guys were fun. If they're coming to your town, I would highly, highly recommend go see them. They're going to be in a small club. The Metro doesn't hold very many people. I think it holds maybe 1,000 at the most, and it was not full. It was definitely not sold out. These are the two albums. I would definitely start with these two babies. The debut and their second one called Second Time Round. If you like the Neville Brothers, you like the Meters, you like stuff like that, man, go see these guys. Grab their records. You can get these reissues pretty reasonable. They're not super expensive. And if you see an original, grab it because they're worth something. That's about it, guys. I got a couple more concerts coming up, I think in April, though, so it's a ways away. But yeah, go into the playlist and you can check out all my old concert reviews. Some good fun stuff in there. I love live music, and that was when I first started this channel. It was in the middle of the pandemic, and couldn't go to live music. And I promised myself, and I promised all the viewers, I said it over and over, as soon as we're allowed to go see new live music, I'm going, and I'm going to be doing concert reviews. These don't get a ton of views. These are probably like my lowest views, but I don't care. I love talking about live music. I love showcasing the records, and that's what it's all about. That's why we're here. You guys, stay well, stay warm, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.